Raw was Raw, guys. It's just Raw. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is officially title for title, winner takes all. The Miz revealed his tag team partner for WrestleMania, and it only turned out to be Logan Paul. Edge looks like one of the most entertaining things on the Raw side for WrestleMania. He wants AJ Styles, but it looks like it could be somebody else if it does not actually turn out to be the Phenomenal One. We'll be talking about all of that and much more right here on the podcast tonight. This is the only place you need to be on your Monday night. This is Outside the Brand. Talk to you guys in just a little bit. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw post-show review for your February 21st, 2022, right here on Outside the Brand. I am your host, Phil, and this is, of course, OTB. Thank you guys so much for joining me right here on your Monday nights, wherever you may be. Let's get right into it, guys. The aftermath of the Elimination Chamber was tonight on the show. And some of the biggest things happening after the Elimination Chamber was Bobby Lashley, even though he is now out for 4 months with a legitimate shoulder injury that he will be having to take some time off for shoulder surgery. WWE actually knew that he was injured all along. How long did WWE know about his injury? We will talk about that tonight on the podcast. Also, more Cody Rhodes news keeps continuing to come out, as he might have actually been spotted at the Performance Center making some vignettes for his impending WWE return. WWE does not look to be wanting us to be excited for WrestleMania this season. The card for this year's WrestleMania does not look good, and it could be potentially one of the worst WrestleManias that we have seen in quite some time, because mainly they just don't care. They bring back part-timers, they bring back these celebrities because they just simply do not care. Reigns and Lashley, Reigns and Lesnar, my bad, is now title for title, winner takes all. That is now confirmed to be happening at WrestleMania. And it's going to be a unification match at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, start their 6-week feud heading into WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. And Edge, like I said earlier on, looks for a spot at WrestleMania. And it looks like it could either be phenomenal or something else. Cody Rhodes news continues to shape up, as we know that he will be most likely going to be in WWE, but he was spotted inside the Performance Center, maybe recording some video packages for his pending WWE return. He will be in WWE. He was not totally signed yet, but with him being inside the Performance Center, it looks like it could be a done deal. But with all that, we'll be talking about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight. And we'll be doing it right here on the podcast for Outside the Brand. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me right here on the podcast this evening. Thank you so much for you guys to be here. Make sure to go follow us here on social media. Follow me. Follow all the TikTok links that are down in the description below. Follow me on social media at PhillyMatt_. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And we want to get this stream to 10 likes possible tonight, guys. Minimum. We want 10 likes minimum for the stream tonight, as we are on the road to WrestleMania. And obviously, this news of everything that's been going on, it's not going to stop anytime soon, guys. It's not going to stop anytime soon. We are drawing closer to that 400 subscriber mark, so please continue to hit that subscribe button as well. We're drawing closer to WrestleMania, and I don't think any of us are going to stop bringing you guys the news for WrestleMania as it draws closer. Last week, we were live every single day except for Saturday, considering Saturday was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And I don't think we're going to be able to stop on this news train. So we will get you guys all the latest and greatest news heading into WrestleMania season as we draw closer to it. If you guys have missed anything on the channel, go check out everything that you may have missed. It's all on the homepage of the channel. Like I said, we were live every single day of the week last week because there was just so much news coming out. And we did reviews for weekly shows. We did the predictions for Elimination Chamber. And we did the news for Tuesday's talk. And so it's been a crazy, crazy week. Go check out Bonfire. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise for you guys to enjoy. We have t-shirts, hoodies. We are going to have coffee mugs. We're even going to have face masks all on the shop for you guys. I actually just ordered the OTB Wolfpack merchandise. And man, when it gets here, instead of this hoodie, I'm going to be wearing that hoodie every single live stream. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So you guys are not going to want to miss any of that. I'm actually going to send the link right now, guys, to Love for him to hop on in here. This is Love wants to join us here tonight on the podcast. We will allow him to do so. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, go check out all the videos you may have missed. Go check out the merch for you guys on bonfire.com. And guys, like I said earlier on, if you guys actually buy some merch and you guys make a TikTok on it, if you guys are on TikTok and you tag me, I'll be duetting the video and giving you guys a follow. So you guys now have an incentive to go get the merch if you guys want that for your faces. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to be right here on the podcast reviewing Monday Night Raw. And yeah, as soon as Locke gets in here, we will be reviewing Monday Night Raw as well as getting into some news for the show tonight. We're going to be discussing Cody Rhodes and we're going to be discussing Bobby Lashley. We're actually going to be doing the Bobby Lashley news first because we do have some more news on that. There we go. Buy the merch or else. Josh, you're awesome, bro. You are awesome. All right, guys. Love will be in here in just a quick second. No problem, Josh. No problem. We're going to be talking about Bobby Lashley. WWE knew Bobby Lashley could not compete at the Elimination Chamber for weeks, but he competed anyway. Does not look right or does not look good for the WWE if they knew that he was not going to be able to compete, and he competed anyway due to just WWE pretty much forcing him to do so. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look at all. I get some headphones if Loth is going to be joining us here on the podcast tonight. Okay. So what you up to, Josh? How are you, my man? How was Monday Night Raw for you tonight? It's a bad choice by WWE. I know. Trust me. That's just completely. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Trust me. Well,
Yo.
Hey. We got some two news stories here tonight on the podcast. WWE knew that Bobby Lashley was hurt.
What do you mean?
They knew Bobby Lashley was hurt for weeks, and they allowed him to compete inside the Elimination Chamber anyway.
That's crazy.
And Cody Rhodes was spotted inside the Elimination Chamber, inside the Performance Center.
Wait, who?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, I figured that.
So, yeah, we got that to talk about. And then a very Monday Night Raw episode of Monday Night Raw. You said it wasn't bad. You said it wasn't good, but it's just Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. That's really all it was. It was just another episode of Raw. It wasn't the worst, but definitely wasn't the best.
So, let's just get right into these quick stories for tonight. Bobby Lashley. WWE knew Bobby Lashley could not compete at the Elimination Chamber for weeks. Bobby Lashley's time in the Elimination Chamber was short-lived. The company wrote a concussion protocol angle to take him out of the match, but that was all a work. It turns out that he is legitimately injured, but has nothing to do with his head. During the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said that WWE knew of Lashley's injury for weeks. He was hurt in that Royal Rumble match against Brock Lesnar and has not competed since that St. Louis event. Now he is out for 4 months and will miss WrestleMania. It's almost for sure that the Lesnar match was the cause of injury for Bobby Lashley. So they've known this for weeks, and he was not supposed to be inside the Elimination Chamber. We're hoping that Bobby Lashley can make it back to 100% health soon. At least he got a sick entrance as WWE champion in Saudi Arabia, complete with fireworks, before he was able to just be taken out. He was in a big spot in WWE, but that time has now ended too soon, especially his most recent title run. Yeah, they knew he was injured for weeks.
I don't even know what to say. That's just...
It's not a good look, man.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's tough right there. I don't know.
That's not a good look. If WWE knows of a superstar of the caliber of Bobby Lashley, he was injured for weeks. How does that? How do you look at the company any different to where you kind of, it's just negligence. The absolute negligence of this company is shining through in this story.
Definitely a terrible judgment call made. Definitely, that was really bad. That's really bad.
I honestly just don't get it. I mean, Bobby Lashley, this whole WWE Championship run for the 3 weeks that he was WWE Champion, to get it on Brock Lesnar, then get it back on to Bobby Lashley at the Rumble. And he only had it for 3 weeks inside the Elimination Chamber. He has to get concussion protocol storyline out of it. But it was due to a legit shoulder injury. I don't know, bro. It just does not seem right that Bobby Lashley has to be treated this way. And who's to think? If Bobby Lashley was treated this way, what makes anybody else think that nobody else has been treated this way in the past when it comes to other injuries?
Yeah, I mean, if your wrestler is injured, I think they shouldn't go out there. Right. I understand the fact that because he didn't technically compete, he just went to pod.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm happy he didn't get in the ring. Yeah. I'm happy they found a way for him to actually get written off. It's just, I don't know. I feel like, it could go both ways. I feel like they made a bad judgment call, but at the same time, they did something to make sure that he didn't get hurt more. Because if he was in the ring, then I feel like I would have had more reason to get mad. But at least he was in the pod, so they had to do something to write him off technically.
Plus, if he was going to be slated to be one of the final 2 inside the Elimination Chamber with Brock Lesnar, I mean, that in itself, I mean, you're going to have at least a good, well, considering how short the Elimination Chamber match was this year, he was going to be in there for at least 10 minutes. So it could have even set him back even further for his injury, and who knows, he could be out for even longer. It's, in a way, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that they wrote him off in such a way, but the fact that they knew for weeks is just really having a bad sour taste in my mouth.
And does anyone know what this freaking house show is next week or the week after?
Okay, so March 5th, they're having a Road to WrestleMania house show in Madison Square Garden. Now, Brock Lesnar is slated to defend that WWE Championship at that event. Now, apparently Paul Heyman said Bobby Lashley, and if he's not going to be able to compete, he's obviously still going to defend the WWE Championship. It's just going to be against somebody else, who that is. We do not know, but as of right now, it's still slated to be Bobby Lashley, even though he's out for 4 months. So we don't know what the heck is going on with that. Now, this isn't really anything special, even though it's in Madison Square Garden, because the next night, on March 6th, they have another show, live event called Road to WrestleMania. So this is legitimately just their house tour. It's just they're going to Madison Square Garden on March 5th. So it's not really, it's obviously, I don't think it's going to be televised. And it's honestly not going to mean anything. It's just something that they're doing in Madison Square Garden. That's all I heard from it, at least.
Okay, I was confused on why they would do 2 premium live events right back to back like they did WrestleMania and Backlash that year.
Right.
I mean,
because in March there's no pay-per-view. There's no pay-per-view in March. We're on the road to WrestleMania for these last 6 weeks, and we'll be at WrestleMania. The Elimination Chamber was the final stop, technically, for pay-per-view wise on the road to WrestleMania. So the next pay-per-view is WrestleMania. This March 5th event is not going to be televised, and yeah, that's just what we're hearing as of right now. So if anything changes, we'll obviously let you guys know, but there's really nothing going to be happening on March for pay-per-view wise.
Well, all right.
Next up, Cody Rhodes spotted in Orlando preparing for WWE return. He was spotted inside the Performance Center of the WWE. We all know that illustrious performance center. Cody Rhodes left AEW, and odds are is that he is going back to WWE. There's not going to be a Fastlane pay-per-view? No, and thank God. No. Loff, I heard you talk about it in your final moments of your live. You're just glad that they're not naming any pay-per-views after just roads or cars anymore. And
roadblock and all that bull, no more.
And in WWE, yeah, no more roadblock, no more Fastlane, nothing of that nature for this year at least. But Cody Rhodes left AEW, and odds are is that he's going to be making his return to the WWE. It appears that he is on the right place. He's in the right place to make that happen. A photo circulated that claimed that Cody Rhodes was in Poland, and if that was the case, it looked like he could have been at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, or at least making some kind of a flight to get over there. But the American Nightmare was actually slated to be inside the WWE Performance Center this week. PW Insider has also reported that Rhodes was spotted at the Orlando International Airport today. Odds are that he is gearing up for his WWE return, but we have to wait and see on what happens next. Cody Rhodes surprised the wrestling world when he left AEW. Now he'll embark on a new journey, and one that will be seemingly having him back inside the hands of Vince McMahon and his company as a proven draw. So, it looks like Cody Rhodes is back inside Orlando, and he could be back inside that performance center in no time whatsoever. I feel like he's going to be at WrestleMania, bro. With him, he's not signed yet, but with him being at the performance center, it's almost a done deal at this point. This guy's going to be showing up.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I assume he'll be a night two attraction if he's there.
Yeah.
I assume he'll be somewhere related to the Roman and Brock match, however that may go. But I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do this, because if we're booking him the way that he's booked in AEW, he would just go in there and beat Roman right now.
Right.
Which I feel would create some problems, but I mean,
Cody Rhodes fans would absolutely love it.
Yeah. I would find complete joy, and I think it'd be hilarious, but
it would be pretty hilarious. And yes, you guys know I am a Cody Rhodes fan, but would it just be just completely out there and crazy that could possibly happen? Yeah, but it's Vince McMahon, and he can do whatever he wants. And the thing is, if they are legitimately thinking about pushing this man upon his WWE return, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, Edge made a very good promo tonight on WWE TV. He's been slated to have discussions about having a match with AJ Styles, but I've also heard through the interwebs that it also could be against Cody Rhodes.
Ew.
Now, again, it's WWE. They can do what they want. But if Edge is going to have a spotlight at WrestleMania, AJ Styles is a fucking no-brainer. We've been wanting to see this match ever since Edge came back. He wants it. AJ wants it. So why not make it happen? The Phenomenal One versus the Rated R Superstar is something everybody would like to see instead of the American Nightmare. And that's just me. Like, seriously. But I don't know, man. Just something to think about.
I don't know. Cody's a bad thing. That's do not put Edge and Cody. I do not. That doesn't make
I
no
wouldn't
sense.
even know how you book that.
I know. It's just Cody would have to go over, but it would just be weird. I don't know.
That's just so weird. That's so weird to even think about. But yeah, guys, we those are the two big news stories heading out of the Elimination Chamber fallout. It is confirmed, though, from what I heard, it will be confirmed as a title match at WrestleMania between Brock and Roman. Apparently, it is winner takes all. I don't know if that was exactly said on Raw tonight. Well, if you can honestly elaborate on that.
Yeah,
but
they did.
It is title for title.
Yeah,
okay.
They said it.
Okay. They failed to do that at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, but it is confirmed tonight that it will be title for title, winner take all. And there's something about that. Edge has something to do with WrestleMania this year. The main event was for a tag team title opportunity. If Seth and KO won, which they did, they would get inserted into the tag team title match next week. And it's going to be a triple threat. Trust me, we'll talk about that ending fucking sequence off because trust me, that was fucking beautiful. That was a thing of beauty.
Yes.
I'm legitimately pushing them to actually get those tag team titles because we've seen Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania before. I don't want that again. I don't.
Yeah.
I think a one-on-one match between not a one-on-one. A one-on-one match would just be nonsensical because we've seen that before. But if they have the tag team titles, there could be so many new possibilities, even if this tag team division is actually, fucking completely irrelevant. Because we all know Randy and Riddle could possibly have something at WrestleMania. But if these guys had the tag titles, it could work. But also, Stone Cold's coming back, so we don't know.
Yeah, that too.
Like, I would love to have Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins as tag team champions, but with Stone Cold coming back, I don't know. It's such a weird situation. But guys, let's get right into Monday Night Raw and the review tonight. Brock Lesnar started off the show tonight. He's in full cowboy mode. He's got his cowboy hat. He's got his jeans on. He's got his from the picture I'm looking at, it looks like a Christmas sweater, but it's not. He's just having a good old sweater and just having a good old time as WWE champion. Brock says it's getting hot, so he takes off his sweater. Okay, so here he goes. He's just doing things, and he gets the fans to chant Suplex City. Brock then thanks the fans for the reception, and then he gets interrupted by his former advocate, Paul Heyman. Lesnar interrupts Heyman and tells him not to take another step towards the ring. Heyman then obliges, and the fans tell him that he sucks. Heyman then says that he is a special counsel for the only champion in WWE, Roman Reigns. I found that very fitting that he said only champion, because I feel like he's really the only champion that kind of matters.
Yeah.
Just reading that here. I didn't watch the show, guys, because I just had way too much better things to do. But considering I'm just reading that and says that he's the only champion in WWE, Roman Reigns. I mean, just shows you how WWE really treats everybody else that is a champion. Heyman says that he is out here not out of disrespect, but out of love for over the 20 years that they have had together. He knows Brock is laser focused on WrestleMania and this winner takes all match, but there is a roadblock in the way. See, for 20 years, Heyman took care of the little details for Brock Lesnar, such as him defending the WWE Championship on March 5th at Madison Square Garden. So Brock won't be making it to WrestleMania as WWE Champion. Lesnar says that he still appreciates Heyman, even though he's such a dick. Apparently, I bet they blurred that out or did a black screen for that because can't really say that on USA Network.
He said it.
He said that?
Yeah.
They didn't black screen that at all?
No. I was like, whoa, can you say that on Raw? I was like,
he can. Normally when shit like that happens, they black screen that shit.
Nah, there was no cuts. He said that. He looked in the camera damn near.
I'll find the full segment again and watch that because honestly, that's shocking. That's shocking, really. Because they can't say stuff like that on USA Network, so that's insane. Lesnar says that he doesn't need Heyman to tell him all these little details, like where to be on what day. Heyman challenges that and says that Brock doesn't know a lot of things. If Lesnar can't make it to Madison Square Garden, he'll make sure someone else does. Lesnar says that he is doing just fine without him, and he knows a lot more things than Heyman thinks. Like on Friday, Heyman will be in a ring in Pennsylvania with Roman Reigns. And guess where Brock Lesnar is going to be? In that same ring to introduce them to the new WWE champion. Okay, so it looks like Brock Lesnar is going to be on Friday Night SmackDown confronting Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
We have 6 weeks to build this, guys. This is all what it's come down to. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, title for title, unification match. It's been what we've expecting for months. Ever since Brock Lesnar made that challenge to Roman Reigns on that Friday Night SmackDown months ago, that he wants title for title. Now we're gonna get it. And this is just a week, and this is just the start of that build.
Yeah. We're going to see how this goes. I can't wait for SmackDown. SmackDown is going to be good for at least that first 20 minutes, at least that first 10, 15 minutes. And then it might start to dwindle down again.
We'll probably just see rematches again. But for that segment alone.
And I do like what Raw did tonight. They didn't throw everything at you at once. We have 6 weeks, so they're actually giving some time to build, which I do appreciate.
And that's what we need. We need some time for these stories to breathe.
Yeah.
Because that's what the road to WrestleMania should really be all about. Starts at Royal Rumble. You have your Royal Rumble winner, whether they choose the right winner or not, that just remains to be seen. But you have to let that shit build.
Yeah.
You can't just say, you can't just make them announce it right away. I mean, this is a very special instance because they're doing title for title, winner takes all, especially for the world championships. But in any other instance, when this did not happen, WWE loved to milk the choice for the Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
And then at the Elimination Chamber, whoever really the Royal Rumble winner didn't pick, that Elimination Chamber was for the number one contender spot for that other World Championship at WrestleMania, which makes sense, which should always be the case.
Yeah.
And now with the Women's Rumble, they love to milk that shit, except for this year with Ronda Rousey. But whoever she does not pick, that other Elimination Chamber for the women should be a number one contender spot for that championship she does not pick, which it was. It was this year. So I'll give them that. Now that people are still shitting on Bianca Belair for no reason, but regardless of that fact, they did the right move there. They had an Elimination Chamber match for the number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship. That's fine. That's how it always should be. And sometimes during Road to WrestleManias in the past, that wasn't always the case. We had like a number one contender battle royal at 1 year, I believe, for another spot on a random episode of Raw. We don't want that. We need actual stories building. So I'm glad they actually at least did this. And they're giving it to breathe.
Yeah, we got time, and no need to rush stuff. We got time.
Josh is asking, do you guys think it's going to be a triple threat between Roman, Brock, and Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre is going to be going up against Roman, but I think after WrestleMania. I don't think Drew is going to be
he
added in here.
Drew's getting his match in 2 weeks.
Is he going up against Roman?
Yeah, at MSG.
Okay, so they're obviously testing the waters for that.
Yeah.
If they're testing the waters for that, then this is definitely going to be happening after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because you guys know, every single time something happens during a live event, that usually means they're just testing the waters out for television purposes. And if they're doing it this quickly and on March 5th, it's happening after WrestleMania, for sure.
Most likely.
So we'll see. Now, I actually was scrolling through TikTok today, and I do kind of want to give your get your thoughts on this. And I'm pretty sure you saw this video too. Narco.
Mm-hmm.
You know Narco very well. He had a picture above his head with Roman Reigns holding both the WWE and Universal Championship, or just Roman Reigns holding holding the actual World Heavyweight Championship belt. Now, I mean, this is just semantics at this point, but if he does win at WrestleMania, do you want him to hold one championship as a unified championship, or is it just going to be WWE having him hold both belts to say that he is the unified champion and have him just still float between both brands? How would you like to have it?
I mean,
if it happens, let's just say that, because I know you wouldn't want it to happen, but it's happening now. It's time for title. I personally would only want him to have one. I obviously don't think it would be the World Heavyweight Championship, but do something to where it's only one championship, because I don't want him to hold both. That just seems unnecessary.
Just give him one, like make the belt like all white or something. Make it look cool. If you're gonna do it like that. There's no reason for him to hold two belts.
Like, it just doesn't, like, he doesn't need to hold the WWE and Universal Heavyweight Championship to be called like an undisputed champion. Plus, if he's going to be floating between both brands, you'd rather have him hold one championship and have them fight for that one title.
But only way
if this really does end the brand split.
It's just, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they give him that, then they have to end the brand split completely.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. That's the only like thing.
One championship only works if you end the brand split. Period. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then again, Becky Lynch did this as well when she held both Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship. She was trying to flip between both brands, and she was defending both titles on the same damn night. Money in the Bank, for instance. I don't know. It's going to be a very, very weird situation, especially with these world championships. I don't know, but we'll definitely see where that leads us for the road for just WrestleMania season. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins are backstage talking with when Kevin Patrick appears for an interview. Patrick says that neither of them have clear paths for WrestleMania. Rollins laughs, and KO says that they do have one. They're the best tag team on Raw, and they'll be RK Bro, and they beat RK Bro 2 weeks ago. Which is why they asked management to give them an opportunity tonight. So if they win tonight, they get a title shot, and maybe then they'll challenge the Usos at WrestleMania, title for title. Well, here's the thing: if they're getting a title for title unification match for the tag titles, you just gotta end the brand split or merge the tag team divisions. Why are they teasing this shit? If they tease it, they must be thinking it.
I hope so.
Like if they tease this shit, they have to be thinking it. And the thing is, that's honestly the best way to go about it because they need to fucking merge the divisions. I didn't even know this happened. Okay, so now they want to challenge Usos title for title, and maybe they'll make it bearable for the hellhole known as Dallas. Okay, hellhole known as Dallas, Texas. Okay, yeah. Something's happening with Stone Cold for sure. Damn. Okay, so there's that. We have the Street Profits take on the Alpha Academy next, and from what I heard, this is not a bad match.
No, it wasn't bad. I mean, I really want Montez to go solo without leaving Angelo behind.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Heavy emphasis on not leaving Angelo behind.
Right. Because, I mean, we all know Montez is the star of this group, but Angelo Dawkins, knowing WWE, he would just be pushed to the wasteland. And that's just not right. So you had to keep them together, or something bad happens to the other one.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I want Montez to be that, but I just don't want Angelo to just get released the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Speaking of Dawkins, he tags in forward for a massive double team blockbuster. Probably looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Otis then breaks the pinfall attempt and throws Dawkins outside the ring. The two brawl on the floor and Otis drops Dawkins. Meanwhile, Gable and Ford trade back and forth blows inside the ring. Otis blind tags and Ford tosses Gable out of the ring. Ford tries to body slam Otis over the ropes, but the weight is too much and Otis lands on him. Gable holds the feet of Otis on the ropes and scores the pinfall victory. So the heels doing heel things. Alpha Academy do pick up the win, whether that is by hook or by crook. Honestly, to me, it is the right decision, knowing they are the tag team champions, and if you're going to have a tag title match at WrestleMania, they need to have some kind of momentum. So, Alpha Academy win. Who they go up against at WrestleMania, who knows? Considering there's not really that many tag teams on Raw, it looks like we could be seeing the Street Profits again. I mean
it. This tag division is not good. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, well, I do know what's going on, but I don't know, man. The Street Profits are The Street Profits are kind of running their course too, because it's like you have a situation to where they come out every week and they either win against a team that they need to lose to, or vice versa, and
right.
it kind of makes a conflict of interest because now you don't know where to put this really good team at. But like when it's time to win, they lose. I feel like they should have won this match tonight, honestly, because the Dirty Dogs aren't doing anything.
They're up and down, and they just need to have a straight path if they're going to be doing anything in this tag team division. And if not, WWE is most likely going to explore that singles run for Montez. And again, it just leaves Angelo out in the dust, and that's not what we want. It's completely just up in the air. What up, Saul? All right, my man. This tag team division is screwed. It's been screwed for a while, Josh. It's just because they just simply don't care. They don't care for tag team wrestling. That's why you only have 4 tag teams on Raw and only 3 tag teams on SmackDown.
They started the night off with 2 tag team matches, I think. So I was like, oh, that's confusing.
Speaking of that next tag match, Finn Balor made his return to WWE TV.
That was very good. Very
Kevin Patrick is interviewing the former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa.
Even better. I popped for that, I ain't gonna lie.
That sounds really, really cool. He asked if Ciampa feels pressure competing on Raw tonight. Ciampa says that this all started because Dolph Ziggler came to his home and tried to start a fight. He'll fight Ziggler anywhere, even on Mondays. And he knew the guy to call to be his partner. A wild Finn Balor appears. And Balor says that Monday Night Raw may be his home now, but he'll never forget where he came from. So let's start the road to WrestleMania shoulder to shoulder. Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa seem like a pretty fucking legit tag team to me.
Yeah, they look freaking great.
Now, is this like just a legit call up for Tommaso Ciampa? I don't think so. Mainly because he's doing this thing with Dolph Ziggler on NXT 2.0. But after that, dude, just call him up. Just call him up. He's been ready for years.
Because he has a match tomorrow, and I assume Dolph wins, and then that beat Ciampa saying goodbye. I can't imagine he beats Dolph to fight Braun again.
That's honestly a very good point. If Dolph wins, that could be a final goodbye to the NXT universe. But wouldn't you want Ciampa to have a win on his final match of NXT?
No, I because the only reason why is because if he wins, then that means he gets Braun Breaker again, and that means we see Ciampa and Braun again, which I mean isn't the worst thing ever because they definitely killed each other in the first 2 matches, I think. But I mean, if you're ready to throw Dolph in there just to lose to Braun, then you might as well, you know what I'm saying? And you bought Dolph there for a reason. And I think it's overrated to have someone leave somewhere with a win. I think leaving with a loss is better because like I feel like most retirements really end in just losses, you know. And the whole winning and then leaving thing, like winning on top and stuff like that, I think that's overrated, honestly. But I mean, I think a lot of people are going and expecting Dolph to win.
Real. Now is that match tomorrow for a shot at Braun Breaker?
Yeah.
Okay. And if they're doing something with Braun Breaker and Dolph Ziggler so that he can get more over with the NXT universe, Dolph Ziggler is most likely going to have to win that. And then they'll, I believe the next takeover, so to speak, even though it's not really called takeovers anymore, is Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's
so. If that happens, they'll probably have the match over there at that Stand and Deliver event. Now, whether WrestleMania is 2 nights again, so they can't really do it on a Saturday unless they do it in Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out. But Dolph Ziggler is most likely going to be the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, even though that just sounds weird to say. It could honestly be a thing. But Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa took on the Dirty Dawgs tonight. I might actually have to go back and watch this because Tommaso and Finn won, which is great. But, man, Listen, you can't be throwing this shit at me. The one time choose not to watch Monday Night Raw, Tommaso Ciampa's here, and Finn Balor makes his return. Like, come on now.
They do a lot of okay stuff. Actually, that's why I told you in the live. I was like, that's why I told you it was like in the middle, because they throw a lot of good stuff in there with just that mix of just like Raw, but they do a lot of good stuff in there tonight.
So Ziggler and Ciampa are knocked from the ring, and Rude catches Balor with a spinebuster. Balor then counters a suplex and hits a sling blade, and then tags in Ciampa, who catches Rude with a flying knee in midair. Ciampa then wants the fairy tale ending, but Rude then flips him over. Tommaso rolls okay, that's a roll of victory. Score for his second ever win on Monday Night Raw. And that is his second ever win. I do believe he had a match on Monday Night Raw prior.
When was that?
It was during the pandemic era of Raw.
Oh.
It was during that time. They, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and considering Saul's in the chat here, he can probably, help us out, because he's, our wrestling encyclopedia. But
yes.
but I believe it was during a Monday Night Raw episode to where I believe people could not come back. I don't know if they were like overseas or whatever. I don't know if they just got stuck wherever they were, but NXT superstars had to get called up upon for Raw and SmackDown that week because people just could not be there. Tommaso Ciampa was one of those guys called up, and he had a match on Monday Night Raw. I do not remember who it was against, but he did win, and it's his second win on Monday Night Raw. I kind of want to look that up now because I know something happened of that nature. Monday Night Raw.
I didn't even know that happened.
Tommaso Ciampa debuts. Well, he didn't technically debut on Monday Night Raw tonight. Yeah. He returns to Raw. No. I don't know. I'll find it, and I'll probably send it to you because right now I can't find it. Tommaso Ciampa first appearance on Monday Night Raw. Ciampa debuted on Raw on February 18, 2019, with three other fellow NXT superstars, Gargano, Aleister Black, and Ricochet. In his debut match, he and Gargano defeated the former Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival. Okay, that's it. Okay. February 18th, 2019, he defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival, with his then tag team partner, Johnny Gargano. So DIY.
Okay.
It's crazy to think about, but yeah, they had a tag match with the Raw Tag Team Champions at the time, The Revival, or FTR now. So there was that.
All right.
The announcers run down the entire card of WrestleMania in Dallas, which takes place on Saturday, the 2nd of April and the 3rd of April. I don't know how many matches were discussed on that, a little bit of a panel there, but it looks like there was something there.
It was like 6. We talked about that yesterday. It was just like 6.
Okay. Come back from commercial break. Oh, great. We're going to have a Miz TV segment. He has a realization at the Elimination Chamber. The average Joe wants his life, but it's unobtainable. So Joe looks to Rey Mysterio as a more realistic role model. Fans need Rey to succeed, which is why they cheer when Rey cheats. So he's found himself a tag team partner for WrestleMania, a man who comes from a fighting family, an entrepreneur, and someone who shares the same beliefs as him. The way he was speaking of him sounded like Cody Rhodes. Entrepreneur, fighting family, the same beliefs. That could be just something out of the random, but entrepreneur and fighting family, that's 100% something Cody Rhodes would say too. Before Miz introduces his partner, Rey and Dominic come out, and Rey says that he is curious who his partner is, so he just wanted to come out. He knows everyone in the back hates the Miz. And whoever this outsider is, they should walk away and allow someone who deserves a spot to be at WrestleMania. Miz says that that's rich. Did Dominic earn a contract, or was he handed one because of who his father is? Dominic says that he's been in the front row since he was a toddler. He's been in the locker room for his entire life. His blood, everything he knows, is here in the WWE. So yeah, Rey brought him to the game, but he'll do anything to stay there. And if Miz says anything about his father, Rey Mysterio, again, Miz then interrupts and says, "What? Are they going to put him in a handicap match again? No, never again." Because he has a partner now that is going to be challenging him for a match at WrestleMania. Before they can answer, Miz reveals his partner to be none other than Logan Paul.
Whoa.
Now, we all knew Logan Paul was going to be in some shape or form at WrestleMania because reports came out. Some people believe that this Logan Paul thing was going to be for the Sami Zayn situation, because we all know Logan Paul had something going on with Sami Zayn as well.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to be teaming up with The Miz to go up against the Mysterios at WrestleMania. Logan then comes to the ring, and he gets booed by the fans, of course. He says that Rey is a WWE legend, but he has cool toys bigger than him. Great job, Logan. Great. Dominic says that if this jackass is Miz's partner at WrestleMania, then they accept. Miz then attacks Dominic, and Logan does the same to Rey. They beat the Mysterios down, work together to throw Rey and Dominic into the ring post. Miz hits a skull crushing finale on Rey, and Logan hits an awkward version, from what it says here, of a skull crushing finale to Dominic. How bad was that skull crushing finale from Logan?
It looked like he locked in the hurt lock really tight and then just fell forward and then like pressed Dominic's head into the ground as he got up.
Okay.
It was really bad. It was like a master lock face slam. It was weird. It was really weird.
Okay, so it looks like they have some work to do for Logan Paul. Alpha Academy is backstage, and Gable reminds Kevin Patrick how educated he is. Gable says that it's disgusting that KO and Seth Rollins were able to get a title opportunity by just complaining, and now the chances of retaining those tag team championships are now down to 33%. Steiner math on Raw. But it doesn't matter because Otis loves to win as much as he hates math. So that's what they're going to do. What, hate on math or win?
I don't know. One of those things.
One of those things. For what seems to be like the 5th straight match in a row between these two, Rhea Ripley and Nikki A.S.H. again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It didn't seem all that long either because Rhea Ripley won with a riptide.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. I hope this feud is over now because Nikki just keeps losing. I don't know why in the world.
What's the point of having a feud if one person is just going to keep winning over and over and over again? Like, feud's over at that point.
Just end it, please.
Damian Priest took on Shelton Benjamin tonight. I heard that this match is going to happen, but is this like some kind of championship contender match or something? Or no? Damian and Shelton.
No, I think I don't know if that was for the title or not. I think they were just having a match. I think they just had the match. I don't remember them saying it was for the title, but
or if it was a championship contender match or something.
They definitely didn't say championship contender. They just I'm pretty sure they just threw him out there.
Okay. So Cedric then gets so the final sequence was Cedric getting on the apron and Priest knocks him right back off. But Shelton then sends Priest into the corner and hits a running switch knee, followed by a T-bone suplex for a 2 count. T-bone. There we go.
T-bone.
Where the heck is T-bone been? Probably main event. Probably main event. T-bone and Moose have not been seen on Raw for quite some time. Shelton then waits for Priest to get back up and runs at him, but gets caught with a kick. Priest lands a chokeslam and then hits the Reckoning for the pinfall. The Reckoning is a glorified version of the Crossroads. I've been saying this for weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine if we just had randomly Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest.
Ew, Damian Priest is so freaking boring, dog. I don't want Cody's not gonna help that.
Damian Priest, he's lost everything.
Yeah.
Did you see him in NXT, bro? He was in hot tubs with women, and he was just living life.
I definitely didn't see that.
He was fucking living life as North American champion. He was in hot tubs with women, and he was just saying, "Yeah, I'm North American champion, and I'm a beast. I'm awesome." No, he was living the fucking life, and now as United States champion, he is just absolutely one of the most disappointing things on this product.
It's about to get better next week, though.
We do have a match. I believe it's against Finn Balor for the United States title.
Yes, God.
Now, how does Finn Balor get a United States title match? I don't know. Maybe it actually happened on the show tonight. We'll see. But we do have a match for the United States title. I'd love to have a United States Championship match that's happening next week on Raw to happen at WrestleMania. I'd love to see a Finn Balor Damian Priest match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, what I think they're gonna do is that Finn makes Damian mad somehow, and then he gets disqualified, and then all right, let's wait 5 weeks for WrestleMania because Damian got mad. Like I think that's what they've been doing for a while now for him to escape. Because I think Balor should actually beat him eventually because Finn Balor deserves at least something. Since I know he had the NXT Championship run recently, but something more than what he's had since the Thunderdome went away. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because he's had a rough few months as far as his activity. He's had a rough few months, especially since Vince doesn't even see the point in pushing him anymore, which is beyond me, but whatever.
After the match, Priest then gets on the microphone and says, "Kudos to Shelton. He's a former champion, but he's got a long list of former champions that he has beaten." well, this is WrestleMania season, so next week he's going to host an open challenge. Okay, this is how we got it. For the United States Championship, and he wants a world-class opponent. He asks who's going to step up and try to take it from him. Finn Balor then walks out and questions Damian Priest. Quote, "You want to face a serious athlete? You want a credible fighter? You want a world champion level opponent?" End quote. Balor says that it sounds a lot like him. Be careful what you wish for, because Balor accepts. There we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Finn Balor, Damian Priest should be a great match for the United States Championship next week on Monday Night Raw. I'd love to see Finn Balor win it.
Please.
I really would. Damian Priest, the first time he won the United States Championship, well, actually, I think this is the first time he's won the United States Championship. I think this is his first reign.
Think so.
I think this is really the first title he's had on the main roster.
Yeah.
United States Championship has been held by Damian Priest for what seems to be, well, he won it on August 23rd, 2021. So that's probably SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's probably SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let's make sure of that. He is the 172nd United States champion in its history. It's pretty cool. He's held it for 184 plus days. It's a good reign. It's a good reign for him. But if they do want to just hold this off for WrestleMania, and they actually do the match at WrestleMania, Finn Balor would at least have to win that. If he doesn't win next week, he has to win at WrestleMania.
I hope so.
Now, is it weird that Finn Balor just randomly showed up tonight out of all the places when he could have been used for weeks on end before this? Yeah, but it's WrestleMania, so everybody has to come back.
I'm happy he's here.
Yeah, at least he's here. I mean, that's all that really matters, but it does kind of just seem a little bit weird that it's like, oh yeah, you can come back now.
Shit.
So we come, okay, 24/7 title garbage.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Apparently, well, Dana Brooke won the championship back. I know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
just apparently she kissed him and then she pinned him for the win. Okay, good stuff.
We did that.
After the match, Reggie then congratulates her, and out comes Tamina, Tozawa, and R-Truth. Reggie drop kicks R-Truth, and Dan. Who's Dan? Somebody says it says Dan on the actual article here.
Dan.
Apparently, Dan knocks out Tozawa off the apron, where Tamina then catches him. Oh God, Tozawa tried to kiss Tamina, but gets it dropped on the ground. Okay, yep, nice. Come back from commercial break, and we have the EST of the WWE in the ring.
Oh God.
And fans are chanting for her. She says that last year she walked out of WrestleMania as a SmackDown Women's Champion. This year she wants to walk out as the Raw Women's Champion. Bianca gives it up for her opponents inside the Elimination Chamber. They were tough ladies, but there can only be one toughest. She's the hardest working woman in WWE, working nonstop for this moment. In just 6 weeks, she's going to go up against Becky Lynch and show Becky Lynch why she can't spell WrestleMania without EST. Yeah, I mean, that's just, normal stuff from Bianca Belair.
Wasn't bad at all. I was happy to see her. It just got worse as soon as Rebecca came out.
Okay, yeah, so she came out. She makes her way out to the ring, apparently in some serious swagger. I don't think that's really the case here.
She had a nice coat. It was a nice coat.
She congratulates Bianca and says that she's made it back to the big time, and it gets no bigger than the only two women to have ever won a main event of WrestleMania. However, Bianca better not forget that she only main evented WrestleMania because she did it first and she wasn't there last year. Belair then says that Becky did it first, but she did it better. Okay, so now we're fighting over who main evented WrestleMania better.
Yeah.
Becky then reminds Bianca that she won 2 belts that night, beating Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Since then, she's never lost the Rollins Championship. False. And the other title, she beat Belair for in 26 seconds. Wait, what? That makes no sense.
What?
She never lost the Rollins Championship, which is false because she had to relinquish it. And then the other title, she beat Belair in 26 seconds for. That was the same title.
It made it no. She because she had the Raw Championship and she gave that up to Asuka. Remember when she took the SmackDown one from Bianca? Could we already said that she went for the wrong title. Because when she came back at SummerSlam, she should have went for Charlotte. I think was the champion. I think.
Oh, okay. Wait, yeah. So she was the SmackDown. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was so confused because I'm like, wait, shoot. It was the same title, but okay. The other one, she beat Belair for in 26 seconds. Belair says that she didn't forget about that. She did what Becky said, that she went to the back of the line. She was the sole survivor of Survivor Series. She won the Elimination Chamber. She's earned her spot back at the main event of WrestleMania. She's no victim. Lynch says she's right because she's the victim. You're not the victim of anything. Calm down. You're a victim of actually making the women's division worse. There's that. That's the only victim you're a victim of. She came back as the man and got the rightful heroes welcome. No, you didn't. She became but because she beat Belair, they booed her. Belair made them hate her, which in turn makes her hate Belair. Okay?
That was
this just seems very awkward. This just seems very awkward to me.
Oh, that was the most stupid line I've heard a heel say in a long time. I'm mad at you because you made I was like, bro, I freaking lost it online. I'm like, bro, y'all realize how stupid that sounds. She's mad at Bianca because Bianca made the crowd turn on Becky. So why would that make her want to be a heel? Like, how are you a heel and you're not even mad?
That just seems so counterintuitive to me.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. She's just talking. I don't even know how you write that down for her to say.
So Lynch says that we see what she did to Lita. someone she loves, so imagine what she'll do to someone that she hates at WrestleMania. This is her redemption story. Whose?
Becky said
Lynch's?
It's her redemption story.
This is Lynch's redemption story.
Apparently, the champion needs redemption from something. So
right, like that makes no sense. Belair says that if Becky wants to be the victim, she can make her one before she can attack Belair's opponent for tonight. Doudrop makes her way to the ring. Okay. That segment probably was. I'm not even going to say probably. Just by reading that alone, that just fucking seems ridiculous.
No sense was there at all.
Belair and Doudrop, it looks like from the actual notes here, got a pretty good amount of time.
Somewhat.
How bad was this? Or good was this?
I mean, it got awkward after a while. I just didn't feel watching it because Becky was making me mad. And then
was Becky on commentary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know that exact feeling, my boy.
Shut up.
No, I do. I know exactly what you mean by that.
The match itself was very generic, but I eventually turned it off because she wanted to shut up.
So Belair Doudrop puts Belair in the corner, but Belair grabs her and hits a running power bomb. A running power. Okay, wow. Belair then immediately gets Doudrop up and picks her up into and puts her back up into the corner, where she gets her for the KOD for the 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Belair picks up the win. Right decision here. Gotta have these people get some wins heading into WrestleMania. But after that, this is where we have that Edge segment.
Very good Edge segment.
And it looks like I'm gonna have to be watching this back because
please do.
To be completely honest, when I saw the itinerary for Monday Night Raw tonight, thanks to Fightful Select, as soon as I saw Edge's name, I should have at least watched that show, or that portion of the show.
Yeah.
Because Edge, no matter what the fuck he does, it doesn't matter if he's in one of the worst rivalries that he could ever possibly be in, the mic work of this man can make it work. This man knows how to fucking sell it.
When there's a chair in the middle of the ring, you know something good's about to happen.
Yeah. This man knows how to fucking sell a story. Now, was his rivalry with The Miz all to be desired? Yes. I never liked it, and I'm super glad that it's over. But even some of the promos he even did for that made something worthwhile for that. So Edge on the mic is fucking fantastic, and I really should have tuned in for this live. But as I digress, the Hall of Famer Edge makes his way to the ring, and he takes a seat in the middle of the ring as the steel chair was just there. Edge says that you can smell WrestleMania in the air. He walks us back to WrestleMania 3, where he sat by his uncle's radio listening to the results as they came through. He can never forget hearing Hulk Hogan body slamming and beating Andre the Giant. And that's why his heart rate picks up when it's WrestleMania season. And the first WrestleMania he attended as a performer was WrestleMania 14, and that's how old he was. It took him a further 2 years to get on a WrestleMania, and he knew he had to throw caution to the wind and put a performance that he would ensure that he had a career, and he did that. But this set the bar, and they knew they had to consistently outdo themselves, which they did on the bigger stage at WrestleMania 17 with TLC. Then came WrestleMania 22, where he speared Mick Foley through a flaming table and stole the show. Then WrestleMania 24 against The Undertaker, and he came that close to ending the streak. Congrats to the dead man, by the way. As we all know, the dead man, The Undertaker, will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. At WrestleMania 27, he wrestled what he thought was going to be his last match as he retired as the World Heavyweight Champion. Most would say that was enough, but not for him. He puts his ass 10 years to, and last year he main evented WrestleMania again. WrestleMania has been the stuff of dreams for 38 years, and each year he still dreams of it. He works all year to get in the ring and soak in the energy so he can be phenomenal. Okay? He needs WrestleMania, and they're calling this one stupendous, but it can't be without him. So he's laying down the gauntlet. He needs someone to step up and prove themselves to him. He is waiting. He drops phenomenal there. He wants him. Styles wants him. Make it happen, Vince. This is a no-brainer. Make it happen. Make it happen. Edge versus AJ Styles, WrestleMania 38. Has to happen. And then we get the main event, guys. RK Bro versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. If Rollins and Owens wins, they get added to the Raw Tag Team title match next week. This is a good match. I watched the main event. It's a good match. Owens beats on Riddle as Seth hits Orton with a stomp on the floor. Riddle then wipes out Owens with a floating bro in the ring. Riddle then pumps up and jumps for an RKO, but Owens throws him off, and Rollins catches him into a buckle bomb position and hits a buckle bomb. Riddle then stumbles out of the corner, and Owens hits a stunner. Seth then connects with a beautiful stomp and covers Riddle for the win. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens do pick up the win, and they get added to the Raw Tag Team title match next week on the show. Fucking beautiful sequence. If you guys did not see the ending of that tag match, you guys have to go see it. Beautiful fucking sequence. A stunner into the stomp is beautiful. It's beautiful. I loved every second of that. Every second of it. And that was your Monday Night Raw. That was your Monday Night Raw. wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. You know, we're trying to get into WrestleMania season. We got 6 weeks. We got 5 more episodes of Monday Night Raw. We got 6 episodes of Friday Night SmackDown. We got time. We got time to build this stuff. We just got to let things breathe, build upon it, and hopefully WrestleMania cannot be as bad as it seems. At the end of the day, WrestleMania, whether it's as stupendous as WWE is making it out to be, we just want good professional wrestling. So, we'll see what happens in 6 weeks at WrestleMania. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We're right here on Outside the Brand. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description. _. Go check out the merch, bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. Tune in tomorrow for Tuesday's talk. We don't know what we're going to be talking about, but hey, you know, it's Tuesday's talk, so we'll probably just have a guest on. We'll talk some wrestling. And it's going to be very, very time. You guys always subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a very busy weekend for professional wrestling. We will we'll do our best. We'll do our best to get everything going for you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday's talk. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.